know, people would ask me all the time, hey man, why didn't you go to WCW? You know, between me and you, why didn't you go to WWE with your brother? I'm like, dog, did y'all see what my brother had to go through?
Yeah, oh, man.
Yeah, he had to go through the gauntlet, man. You know what I'm saying?
I fell for him. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't have the patience of my brother. And I just knew us being African Americans and being two badasses for years in Global and WCW, they would have took that, this is just my opinion and what I think, they would have took it and turned it upside down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know I wouldn't have had the patience for it. And it might have put my brother in a quandary. Because my brother's a great worker. And they knew that. They knew that. But they had to take the aura off of him. You know what I'm saying? The badass, ass-kicking African-American guy. They had to take that aura off of him and put the aura of how you see things on him. You see what I'm saying? You know, some of the things, you know, by doing the Rock, you know, he comes out there and the Rock goes, who the hell are you? And
that was wrong.
That's one of the things that made Steve not want to go up there.
Let me cut that there. I hated that. Yeah, Sting. He did an interview with was it TNA or something. He saw that clip and he didn't like that. I didn't like that. I liked the. I know it probably wasn't the Rock's idea, but still, I didn't like that. And then, like you said, you go to another country. Like I said in the other video, I had a man is doing something stupid, like the other Jacks that eating cereal or doing something stupid as hell, or coming out dancing and happy, you know. And I mean, nothing wrong with coming out happy, but the dancing and is carrying on, and it's it's just what is this? And come on, man.
They did that,
right?
And then you know, running from somebody like Steve Austin in a grocery store.
Oh,
okay, you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
my boy will not get over that.
I tell people, dog, ain't nobody in my family ever ran from nobody in my life. Matter of fact, there's four of us brothers, and if you ran from somebody, the older brothers would kick your ass.
Yes.
That's just unheard of where I come from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And anybody know our last name is Huffman. Any Huffman, all Huffman, girls or boys, know how to fucking fight.
Right.
Absolutely. We don't know nothing else. We know how to fight.
Yeah, that's oh boy, that's something. Like I said, that all this stuff, like a lot of this stuff is for the show, for the program. Like my buddy was talking, I'm going to get this back. I'm going to get this back a little bit, actually. So hear that again, because a lot of that stuff for the show. Like my buddy was saying about what's his name, shooting birds. Shooting birds at Tyson. He's like, he better be damn lucky that's for the show. And getting in, not saying that Austin was scary, but getting in Shamrock's face and all this kind of stuff. He was like, he said, it's just because he gets into it. I get into it too, but he gets into it more than me. And dude was like, what the fuck is he doing? He's like throwing a bird at Tyson like he's some chump or something. I was like, hey, that's the program. Same thing with what's the name, throwing Lawrence Taylor on the ground. I don't know about that now. And Lawrence Taylor was a lot younger back then. So that's just like me walking up to Taker and slapping him in the face. Yeah, he'll beat the shit out of me. What the hell? You know, you better be for the program and not something else. So what do you know the difference?
Okay, you remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people, dog, ain't nobody in my family ever ran from nobody in my life. Matter of fact, there's four of us brothers, and if you ran from somebody, the older brothers would kick your ass.
Yes.
There you go.
That's unheard of where I come from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And anybody know our last name is Huffman. Any Huffman, all Huffman, girls or boys, know how to fucking fight.
Right.
We
Absolutely.
don't know nothing else. We know how to fight. You hear the last name Huffman, hey, don't mess with him. So for me to watch that, it was very disturbing. Also, if you know what
I'm the oldest of 15. I know exactly what you're saying.
Huh?
I'm the oldest of 15 kids.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, man.
Woo!
Ain't no punk in me, bro.
15.
I don't even know what that is. Ain't no punk in me. It can't even exist. You know, and where I grew up, it can't even exist. So for me to even watch that, you know, to run from some, you know, bad knee, Daisy Duke wearing bald head, you know, dude, bald head punk trying to act like he a tough ass, I got a problem with that, bro.
Yes, right.
Some punk came whoop naps out of his own ass. He beats up women, is what I heard. You know, it's easy to beat up a woman. Step my way.
Right.
That's how I'm looking at that. You know,
I heard about some of that, but I don't know. But like I said, it's for the program. It's like I said, a lot of that shit is for the program because, like you said, I told you in the last video. You know when even back in the '90s, you could tell somebody ain't nothing to mess with because with Booker T and Stevie Ray because like I said, don't know him personally, but you can tell when a person does not like to be messed with. You just there ain't gonna be no 3 warnings. That's one time and that's your ass. You can what they say, catch a vibe off the person and let that shit be before you get hurt. So you can just tell. And if Stevie Ray watches this, he'll say the same thing. You can tell when somebody don't want to be bothered with. So, like the main thing, he told the guy one time. The next thing you know, he's puking on it. He's puking on himself, bothering the man he's trying to eat or whatever.
Exactly.
No, due respect. That's how I'm looking at that. So to see my brother in that situation, it was like, man, that tore my insides out. I was like,
I can only imagine.
Dog, I'm like, run, I'm scared of somebody?
Yeah.
But anyway, that I mean, I'm whatever, brother, but I knew they're putting him through this. That's what I told people. He's going through that. That's the test. That's the test. And then here comes the racial stuff.
Oh boy, he's probably gonna talk about the Triple H thing, but I remember when WCW I remember that because it was on both channels. I mean, both Nitro and Raw. It was going back and forth. I remember that, and then like months later or years later when they had the interviews, they were talking about some guys went WWF early. And some just, they said they got paid to sit home. And Nash was like, I never forget that. It was some interview. Nash was like, I'm a sit home and get paid for the next 9 months or the next 10 months, whatever he said. And he said he ain't going out there and losing that money because Nash didn't play about his money. So yeah, but so that's where I remember. It's been a long ass time ago, but Booker T came in early. And I can't remember who else. I remember they had Booker T and Bagwell. I think they cut Bagwell off. I don't know why they did that. And then I think Flair came in next. I can't remember, but yeah, I remember Booker. I think it was Booker T came in first, and then like the guy said, he tried to get to ECW. And next thing you know, ECW is gone. I said, well. That's crazy. They said they couldn't find a network, which was crazy because there was a lot of networks back then. But I guess the people didn't, want the wrestling. But yeah. But getting back to this being scary thing, I don't know about seeing the Taker run from the Miz. I don't know about that. I don't know about that now. That wouldn't look right.
Triple H, remember that?
Oh man, that really, oh man, I can't even, I can't put into words.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Not only you disgraced the man, demagogued the man, embarrassed the man with the racial stuff, then you beat him in the pay-per-view at the same time.
Yeah, And what was the point? What was the point in all that? You know what I mean?
Man, I have no idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember. I remember some of that. That was WrestleMania 20 or 19. 19, I think. Yeah, he was like something like guys like you don't get the belt. And I remember I was trying to hang in there because I saw that pay-per-view with my buddy, and I had dozed off for a minute. And he's like, "Hey, man, hey!" He's like, "Oh, he's like," I was like, "What happened? What's going on?" He's like, "Oh," he said something like, my buddy said something like, "Booker T lost, his knee gave out or something." And I was like, "His knee gave out?" And I was like, I thought Flair probably would have interfered or something. Cause I think Flair and Triple H was like this, and Flair was the perfect manager, his dirty dog self. Just Triple H and his daddy is the manager. They were perfect together. But yeah, I remember that that when they was in the ring that time. Guys, see, it was I'm probably saying it wrong, but something like guys like you don't become champ or something. I can't remember. It's been so long. Yeah, guys like you.
We're gonna humiliate you so much to try to make you quit. I don't know, but he survived it, and he came out on the other side. He came out on top. But look what he had to go through, though. None of those other guys, the Chris Benoit's and and they left a little bit before the company closed.
They were in 2000.
They got up everybody that went up after the company closed. I think my brother was the only one that survived, isn't he?
Pretty much.
I mean, that actually
nobody went through that like he did.
Nobody.
Okay. Yeah, that that was something. So Stevie gave a little bit more of a reason why he didn't get up or go up there. Because I thought about that years later. I was like, they never went up there as Harlem Heat. So I thought about it probably after the fact. Cause, I know they were broken up by then, but still, I was like, Stevie Ray never went up there. And I didn't hear from Stevie Ray for years. So I think he had a shoot interview in the early 2000s. I don't even know what I did with that DVD. I think my boy man had the DVD now. Yeah, but I was wondering why the hell he never went up to. He probably didn't talk about it until I guess his interview was from last year or year before last. So I was wondering why the hell he what happened? Why he never went up there.